Today, I want to talk about Velo and their expanding partnership and involvement with Visa and how that ties into how Visa is connected to SHX, XRP, and into XLM. And how that is important because XRP, XLM, and SHX are all directly connected to each other because of who is involved in each of the companies. Here is the most recent news about Velo and Visa, and it was on February 25th, where the ongoing Visa partnership increases Velo price by 27%. Here is that article, and it honestly does not have a lot of information in there. However, it does have a lot more information on this partnership that has been in the works for a long time. This article right here expands on Velo, Lightnet, and Visa, and it's actually from November of 2020, where it says Velo, Lightnet, and Visa's partnership extends the reach of all three firms by allowing near real-time global transactions between participating banks, money transfer operators, and other financial service providers. It aims to enable people with poor or inexistent credit histories to receive a line of credit by depositing digital assets as collateral, which is ideally suited to connect over 1 billion unbanked and underbanked individuals in APAC to the global financial system. And Velo tokens will serve as the asset collateralizing financial solutions. Here is an article that expands a bit more on this, and it is from 2024, where Visa announced extended digital wallet capabilities within Visa Commercial Pay, which also indicates that the partnership between Velo and Lightnet is actually expanding, and it's happening. Here is a video about Visa Direct that can explain a little bit more about the importance of this.
Finished one of the meetings, and this concept of like a single API to access multiple different markets. For one of the participants, I tried to have a conversation with them after the meeting, and I couldn't, because they were just so starry-eyed with the idea that something like this could solve their problems. Because when you talk about correspondent banking, I mean, the Pacific Islands have been hit dramatically by the shrinkage of correspondent banking because of the perceived risk of many of those countries. And so, you know, we think about correspondent banking in these developed markets, but that, for them, it's first of all, it's super expensive because they have to deal with US dollar or Aussie dollar for most of the transactions, and then this lack of a correspondent banking network. So I think it's, you know, we often think about the impact that these products or solutions would have in a market like Singapore, but I think we shouldn't lose sight of the impact that this could have in some of these developing markets as well. Because, you know, for these islanders that are out there, they lose, you know, 5 to 10% of every remittance due to costs, right? And for these banks to be able to have a single solution that provides services and provides access, so, you know, single API and reach, it's life-changing, literally, for the people that are there. So
And here I'll expand more on how it ties into SHX, XLM, and XRP. So as far as SHX goes, they were the audience favorite in the North American Visa Everywhere competition. And here is an article on that where it explains a bit more. Companies trying to participate in the competition begin as members of the Visa Everywhere Initiative network, which the Visa product teams often look to when trying to find financial solutions. From this network, Visa chooses a select number of companies to assemble an official pitch for the competition. Here is a clip of Tammy Camp presenting at the competition in 2022, but I won't play that because it is a bit long. However, if you elaborate on the ACH payment link, who is in alliance with SHX? All 12 Federal Reserve banks, Visa, IBM, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, Wells Fargo, and a lot more, which is shown here. And Visa is involved with what SHX is doing right now.
We're honored to share that Stronghold has joined NACHA's Payment Innovation Alliance. NACHA is the governing association for the Automated Clearinghouse Network, the largest payment system in the United States and rapidly growing in volume. The Alliance's work is very relevant to us because Stronghold has been building ACH on-ramps for merchants that enable customers to make retail payments directly from their bank accounts. I'm excited to collaborate with some impressive payment industry participants on supporting ACH access and interoperability.
Here is how XLM is involved with Visa, which is just one example. It's only the CEO of Visa explaining if we can make it all 100% digital, then payments will be faster and cheaper, while he sits across from an XLM partner and right in front of the Circle USDC CEO at the 2023 Davos event. And I've explained a lot how USDC is tied to and primarily runs on the XLM network.
Do you have to convince them sometimes that these services are safe and effective for them when they might have challenging situations?
You know, when you're talking about money, period, trust is a big factor, whether it's digital or cash. Yeah. One of the things that we believe has to happen with remittances is that we need to move them so that they're 100% digital from the point of somebody initiating it to the person receiving it. That number was only 3%. Were totally digital 5 years ago, and it's only 13% now, meaning at the other 87% of the time, somebody's got to get cash into the cash either comes into somebody or cash is given out at the back end of it. If we can make it all digital, it'll be faster, it'll be more efficient, and it will help create these access at the other end for the receiver. So,
and now we'll show how XRP is involved, even though Visa is not directly shown here on this map put out by XX. Connections between Ripple and Visa with proof. Visa, one of the largest companies in the world, has a huge relationship with Ripple for cross-border payments. And it's from September of 2023.
Working with Solana, and they're not going to use XRP. Let me show you some connections between Ripple, Visa, and XRP right now. So firstly, this comes straight from Ripple website. You can see that Velo Labs and Earthport announced a global partnership. Earthport is a large enterprise. They operate in over 50 countries, and they also work with cross-border payments. So then Visa proceeds to acquire Ripple partner Earthport for $250 million. As you can see, Visa and MasterCard, both of them were actually fighting over Earthport, but actually Visa has outbid MasterCard on this one. There we have another one. D-Money partners with Ripple to power faster and cheaper cross-border payments. D-Money, by the way, which is a leading fintech, also specialized in international payments. And boom, there you have D-Money pairs up with Visa to empower near real-time cross-border payments. Another one from Ripple's website in the section Customers, Novati uses Ripple's global payment solution to drive customer growth. Leading digital payments company that enables businesses across 58 countries. That's actually huge. And there you have Novati, which I'm Italian and that's the way I say, launches new payments platform for purpose-issued Visa cards. All connected, guys. Now, as we know, in my opinion, they're not providing the public with every information. You actually have to do your own research, connect the dots. If you want to believe they're only going to use Solana, that's okay, that's your opinion, but be aware there are non-disclosure agreements going on, and if you connect the dots, you can know that there are things going on behind the scenes with Ripple and Visa. See you guys in the next video. Now, just to finish, Visa completes acquisition of former Ripple partner Currency Cloud for $925 million. They're not providing the public with every information. You actually have to do your own research, connect the dots. If you want to believe they're only going to use Solana, That's okay, that's your opinion, but be aware there are non-disclosure agreements going on, and if you connect the dots, you can know that there are things.
And that point right there at the end with these very large crypto and traditional financial companies, they are not going to come out and say everything that they are actually working on, not only because of NDAs, but because all of these companies are competing against each other and they are using this new tech to not only make themselves more efficient, but to make themselves more efficient and more effective than their competition. I think that Velo can be a very highly performing company and a very highly performing crypto, not just because of their connection with Visa, but how they are directly connected into individuals in XLM, which then ties directly into SHX and into XRP.